crows can be colors other than black. And I'm not talking about different species of crow like this hooded crow that have patches of white or gray, because obviously that's a thing. In this case, I'm talking about your like a standard black backyard crow, your American crow, carrion crow, what have you. One of these days you might look outside and you're gonna see a crow of another color. Now what that color is specifically kind of depends on what's going on. A really common thing you might encounter is leucism, which is a complete or partial lack of melanin anywhere in the body with the exception of the eyes. And this can manifest as literally a single white feather like you see in this bird. It could be a random smattering of white splotches like we see in this carrion crow, or it can produce a bird that is nearly to completely white. And if you're wondering what the difference between a complete leucistic and an albino bird is, it's in the eyes. Leucism will never affect the eye pigmentation. As for what causes it, it's pretty complex. It can be genetic, diet, or even injury related, so totally case-by-case basis. Another one that you might encounter, though this one is particularly rare, is called dilution, where there is still melanin in the tissues, just as it should be, but it's been diluted down, and instead of producing that dark black color, produces this like beautiful gray bird. I've never seen one of these in real life, and I would absolutely lose my mind if I did, because I think they're just astonishing. On the other hand, the one you're much more likely to encounter is this one, the brown type mutation. I call them caramel crows. This is a sex-linked genetic mutation. So one of the really cool features about this is that these birds are almost exclusively females, and I just adore that. A really common myth about these birds I want to address is this idea that their parents will outright kill them, or they are constantly picked on by the rest of the flock. And while they are sometimes more subordinate than other birds, this idea that they're just complete outcasts is nonsense. Here you can see Ferdinand, who's a bird that lived in my neighborhood for many, many years. She successfully paired up with a normal type black male. Together they produced many broods. All of her offspring were black, and that's not surprising given the genetics of how this is passed on, but you can see that she's in a perfectly happy couple. She's not getting ostracized from the group. So don't be surprised if you see a crow like this one in your backyard someday. Follow me for more crow content, and if you're interested in looking at the other side of this question, which is why are crows and ravens mostly to completely black, let me know in the comments.